all these shootings that you see across the country, and you say, how could this be happening in a small town in Texas to somebody that I know and grew up with?
Tonight at 5, a Hoosier with a tragic connection to that deadly shooting at a church in Texas. Tonight, our Carmel man's brother was one of the 26 people killed at the First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs.
And tonight, that Carmel man is talking about not only losing a brother, but several family members who were hurt in that shooting. Now, first of all, we want to get you up to speed on the suspected shooter, Devin Kelley. We now know that he attended the church's fall festival just days before the shooting, bringing his own children. Vice President Mike Pence is in Texas right now, meeting with law enforcement and the families of those who were killed and wounded. Investigators have now released the names of all the people killed, including Keith Braden. And Rich and I talked to his brother about the national tragedy that's become personal.
The sun shines through the trees on a peaceful autumn day in Bruce Braden's backyard in Carmel. But the conversation is about the chaos Sunday, 1,200 miles away, inside First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas.
You see all this happening on the news, but you're always thinking of somebody else. And when it happens to you, it's just like, why me? But then the other question comes and says, why not me? Why not my brother? Especially given the state of the country with all the volatility going on.
Bruce's brother Keith had recently beaten cancer, but was one of 26 people killed by a man who opened fire with an assault rifle.
When you start talking about it and acknowledging the person who died, is when you lose it. And how they died and why they died. Just because somebody was angry at in-laws.
Bruce last saw Keith a few years ago at a family reunion in Pennsylvania, where they grew up and made memories.
Playing wiffle ball with him, because, like I said, there were 4 boys. And if I had the chance when we were picking up teams, I would pick all my brothers and we would play against the neighborhood. Same thing with football.
Bruce spoke to Keith's wife, Debbie, last night. She is recovering from 3 gunshot wounds. The couple's son was grazed in the head by a bullet, and their granddaughter was shot in the hip and may not walk again.
You go through that shock and denial and the grieving, and you go through anger about the shooting. You go through thankfulness that there was a man across the street who had a gun and was able to take action. Otherwise, I think everybody would have been dead.
And Bruce will be traveling to Texas to be with his brother's family, but they have asked him not to come until funeral arrangements can be made. And that is difficult in this small town with so many sudden deaths. And of course, this latest mass shooting has again fueled the debate about gun control. And I'll have Bruce's feelings about the right to bear arms coming up at 6 o'clock.
Well, it's such a tragic story.
And so many of his family were right there inside the church.
All right. Thank you, Rich.
And as we mentioned earlier tonight, Vice President Mike Pence and Second Lady Karen Pence are in Sutherland Springs, Texas tonight. Pence will receive a briefing with local law enforcement there, and then also meet with shooting victims who are recuperating, and also give remarks at a prayer vigil later on tonight.